Hey everybody, welcome back to Comic Crow, and this story is going to break your hearts. This is about an Italian cosplayer, a big Call of Duty fan known as Inquisitor. Now, he was a TikToker, made a ton of content, and by all accounts had plenty of friends. His fans really did love him, and he just genuinely seemed to be a good person who just enjoyed making content and enjoyed the people that he was able to hang out with within the COD community and with other people that cosplayed and everything. What you see on the screen is a conversation that took place between him and his editor. Now, according to Inquisitor, according to the messages that we have from Inquisitor, he had no idea that this person happened to be 17 at the time. Now, these messages are completely out of context. Essentially, he was just a big fan of AJ, who is the minor in question, because the minor in question was doing a ton of edits and helping him make videos. So he said, "I love you so much." I think he said, "Oh my gosh, I'm going to marry you," like in all caps and everything. But that's about it. There's no attempts at actually making contact with this person. There's no attempts to get pictures from this person, trying to meet with this person. None of that. Now, you might be saying, well, he was too friendly with someone who he didn't know the age of. And I guess you could say that's a fair criticism. I personally don't, but at the same time, this message was used to accuse Inquisitor of being a pedo. Now, based on these messages, AJ, well after Inquisitor had stopped working with her, went to her boyfriend, who is about 20 years old, a guy by the name of Tito, and she wanted to go out with Tito and essentially destroy Inquisitor. Why? I have not the foggiest, and I'm not kidding. I have no idea why this situation took place. But essentially, AJ just wanted to see Inquisitor suffer. I don't know if that's because he stopped working with her or what, but this leads to the next conversation, and we're going to go through a bunch of screenshots here of her talking to the boyfriend. And I believe it's the boyfriend who went ahead and released these text messages after the final act of this fucking tragedy. But as you can see here, AJ wanted the boyfriend to go out with her and accuse Inquisitor of being a pedo based on this message here. And he says, pretty much, you need to have proof. But let's read through it. "Well, what the fuck are we gonna do? It's not a life or death crisis, and here's what I want you to do. I want you to keep flirting with him and see where it goes. If he starts to get sexual, then I will expose him. We just need better and more proof." Isn't that a lot of proof? Well, I mean, for Twitter, sure. "Baby, we need a reason for him to get canceled. Flirting is one thing, sexting is another." "Oh, yeah, that's bad proof. We need recent proof." Now, here's my problem with this conversation. A 20-year-old is trying to get his 17-year-old to honeypot a guy and start sexting with him to prove that the 22-year-old is actually a pedo or a groomer or whatever. I think it's pretty ridiculous and heinous that these were the steps they were going to. But as you can see here, AJ was reaching out to other people. "My boyfriend said I should get more evidence since the one I have right now isn't enough. And since Inquisitor had minor DNI on his bio, I said I'm not a minor even though I am." Now, to be very clear, this would seemingly be an admission from AJ that they knew Inquisitor did not want contact with minors, because on his TikTok profile, which has now been taken down, he had on his profile minor DNI. In Italian, it basically said, "Do not contact me if you are a minor under the age of 18. And AJ did lie about their age. So if you want to say he was sending inappropriate messages to someone whose age he didn't confirm, that seems to be wrong to me, because Inquisitor made every attempt not to make any type of contact with minors, which is very important context. In fact, this was her catfish account. And in it, you can see here, "You should ask in general if you can DM me. Oh, sorry, can we get to know each other? Nope. Why? I'm not a minor. I'm not interested. I'm sorry." So Inquisitor did not want an online girlfriend. He didn't want to sext with anyone online. He was genuinely an actually wholesome, good person who just wanted to make Call of Duty content on TikTok, cosplay content on TikTok. A decent and good person. That didn't stop AJ though. And she got somebody else involved, and we'll go through their messages that they uploaded to TikTok after what happened. But now Inquisitor was contacted by one of his friends, and I'm going to read through these messages with you guys. Hey, so I hate to bring this up. This is in no way a personal attack on you, but there have been some problematic things brought up to the mod team on the server. Someone has brought us screenshots of conversations that seem really off, but also we don't feel like we're getting the full story. So we want to ask your side for more context. We're not taking any direct action right now. We just want your side of the story. About what? They're accusing you of I don't really know why people really are accusing me of this, but I'm certainly not a pedophile. I have 13-year-old sister and 3 little brothers. How could it even be? There are old screenshots that claim you flirting with a 16 to 17-year-old. Now, me on the whole mod team don't feel like these are accurate or proclaim the whole story, which is why we reached out. Did you actually see these things, or they're just saying this because they hate me somehow? Some people reached out and told me that there are some kids trying to spread this thing to everyone. There are screenshots, but the conversation feels to be lacking context. I don't even know. I'm always nice to everyone. Now these screenshots are quite old. I'm speaking March. Can I see them? And these would be the messages over here on the screen between him and AJ. Again, nothing sexual, no attempts at making any type of actual contact with this person. Just general stuff like, oh, I love you so much, I want to marry you, because she was making these really good videos for him. He was just excited about the content that she was making for him. Bruh, AJ was my editor, and I treated her like that because she used to make a lot of vids for me. It wasn't like that, and Diana was like a sister to me. But she was a minor, helped her with her boyfriend too. I don't know. But what's the problem with me being nice? Also, they never told me I was somehow making them uncomfortable in any way, because it was kind of clear that I didn't have any intentions rather than being friends and mutuals, and I'm pretty sure they know. All right? What do you think, Jay? Like, honestly. Honestly, the screenshots feel very out of context. Now, I also know that the person accusing you, not either on the screenshot, is also accusing Craig, which makes it feel more sus, but I can't say as much as I was not there. So this Craig person basically tried to defend Inquisitor, and so AJ and her little minions turned around and tried to accuse Craig of being some type of pedo defender and everything. Now, essentially, this all wraps up with him revealing the messages from AJ in which she is trying to catfish him by claiming she is not a minor and trying to get him to sex with her. So obviously, the guy's not, right? The guy's just clearly not. But that didn't stop any of it. People then started spamming his videos with messages because after the attempts at destroying his reputation with his community, another person gets involved. This would be a TikToker known as Keegan's Mask. Keegan's Mask didn't give a shit to verify the story, didn't give a shit to verify the truth. Keegan's Mask basically decided to blast out to everybody on TikTok that Inquisitor is a predator. Now, I'll be very clear. You can say, well, Keegan's Mask wasn't the one making the allegations. Keegan's Mask is, I would say, 80% responsible for what happened, right? Because I could say less because she's not the one who actually came forward with the allegation. But if it wasn't for Keegan's Mask and the platform that Keegan's Mask had, these allegations would have just simply died out. People in his community that knew him knew the allegations were bogus. They knew that there was missing context. They knew that she was lying about her age. They knew that she was trying to catfish him to honeypot him into sexting with her. He had messages. He had proof. Keegan's Mask made no attempt at actually reaching out to Inquisitor to verify any of the information, or even reaching out to anybody that knew Inquisitor beyond the person making the accusation. Instead, Keegan's Mask went to TikTok and made a very salacious TikTok video in which she accused Inquisitor of being a pet. And this led to a hate brigade on Inquisitor. They spammed his channel. They attacked him. They attacked him relentlessly. And I'll read through her final statement, but at this point, I think you all know what happened. Inquisitor went to a TikTok live, grabbed a rope, and decided that it was too much. And unfortunately, Inquisitor took his own life because the stress of having everybody that were in his comments turning against him, poisoning his fan base into believing that he was some type of predator, finally got to him. He was a good person. He was a wholesome person. He was loved within his community, and they destroyed him. Why did they destroy him? Keegan's Mask did it for content. Why did AJ and Tito get involved? I still have no idea. I honestly have no idea. Jealousy. AJ was mad that Inquisitor wasn't working with her anymore. I legitimately have no idea. But Keegan's Mask just did it for content. So that's why I say Keegan's Mask is at least 80% responsible for what happened with Inquisitor. And I pray that she faces some type of serious legal penalty for her actions in this. I really wish that she would. But let's read her final statement just so you can see how remorseful Keegan's Mask is for doing this. I acted on what I thought was true, factual information from someone I trusted, some random person that reached out to her, by the way. At no point did I wish harm against Inquisitor, and it hurts me to hear the news of his passing. But I will not accept death threats, doxing, and false allegations on how I handled the situation. As I said, I acted on what I was to believe was factual information from someone I had trusted and was used. See, this is my problem. You want to claim that you were acting on information that you thought was factual. How is that? How honestly is that? If you were acting on information that you believe to be factual from somebody that randomly contacted you, provided you clearly out of context screenshots, and you made no attempt at verifying that information yourself. Keegan's Mask did this for context, and because of that, Inquisitor is dead. I have taken down all posts regarding the situation, both out of respect for Inquisitor, as well as the emerging details that the allegations may have been false. I want to use my platform for good to expose allegations to find a deeper truth. I never want to escalate the way it has. Oh, God. All I did was call Inquisitor out for acting like a pred. Look at my TikToks. Nowhere did I state anything other than the fact that it was weird he was speaking to and about minors. What AJ did was wrong, but that does not justify his actions. I posted it for others to become aware and used him as an example. Nowhere did I state I wanted him to be injured. What an awful, disgusting, and terrible person Keegan's Mask is. I'm very glad her TikTok has been pulled down, and I hope any other social media platform she goes to, this follows her around and she quits the internet because she fucked up royally and a man is dead over it. Now, I guess there is some small tribute that is being paid to Inquisitor. The COD social media manager did reach out to say that they had contacted his family, and it looks like they may be putting a skin into Call of Duty somewhere to honor his memory, because again, he was beloved in that community. Keegan's Mask, the people that raided his channel, the people that started posting those messages, they didn't give a shit about him or his community. They weren't a part of it, but they brigaded him. They forced so much hate down him that they destroyed and broke him. And it's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing. I've said before, and I stand by it, I think people that make these type of accusations should face a legal penalty for making them. Now, unfortunately, Inquisitor is Italian from Italy. I don't believe he actually lived in the United States. If he did, I pray to God his family destroys the people that did this to him. But I think that might just be wishful thinking. I just wanted you guys to know about this situation. I want you to understand the dangers of following a false accusation, of brigading people without the full context, without information. And I hope in the future everyone does better. But I also know that that's probably not going to happen. Anyways, guys, you let me know what you think in the comments section about this story, and rest in peace, Inquisitor.